What is up, gang? What is up? What is up? Back using my DSLR, only because the laptop I'm using right now doesn't have a great camera. But happy Thursday to everybody who's out there. Thank you for joining Cup of Joe, episode number 40. Um, Look, I'll tell you right now, I don't know how many episodes I'm planning on having with this show, but I'm enjoying it and I'm feeling really creative on some of the formats that I'm going to be bringing to the table. Yesterday, I mentioned that I am going to start my For You Fridays. What's up again, Joe? What's up, Michelle? I'm getting ready to say what's up to you guys in a second. I'm going to start my For You Fridays starting tomorrow, where I literally help support creators on TikTok. And if you guys give me 1 second, I got something tickling my nose. I'm not even lying right now. Hold on. Hold on. What's happening? Okay. All right. Hard to talk when that's happening. But starting a new format, new segment of the show tomorrow is going to be called For You Friday, where I bring on TikTok creators and literally just help support them in whatever ways I can. Only because I've been able to, grow a following of, 28,000 people, which is mind blowing and humbling to say out loud. Anyway, I want to say what's up to the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitter, the Twitches out there. Michelle, yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with my nose right now. I might have to like literally get up and go blow my nose in a second. So, guys, how this works is with this DSLR, obviously, I'm seeing a lot of the communication happening on my laptop, so I won't be able to stare at the screen a lot. I'm trying to figure out the best way to the best setup. I need a different lens, by the way, and like have it be closer. But for today, just bear with me. I don't have anybody in the queue today, but I want to try something new. So I created a link. It's a Google form. I'm going to drop it in the comments. If anybody wants to be brought onto the show and get a virtual hug, literally just fill out that link, and I'm going to see if it's going to be easier to control. Usually when I do these shows, I hop on TikTok because that's where my base is, and I can get some people pulled out of the audience quicker. I might try to hop on real quick later on today, but I'm already 15 minutes, 16 minutes, 20 minutes into the show. So this one's going to be a short one. I literally just wanted to hop on and say what's up and see what's going on with you guys. So I just dropped a link in the comments. I think if you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you should be able to see it on auto platforms, but maybe not. Michelle says, you going live on TikTok, yo? No, I'm not going to go live on TikTok. I just don't want to risk it. I've been banned too many times. Wida, good morning. K. Miller, good morning. Sanda, good morning. Jill, good morning. Moon Trippers, good morning. Hope you guys are doing super well. Happy Thursday. Anita, top in the morning. So I see it here, the link. Yeah, for sure. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta fix what's going on in my nose. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yo, I don't know what was happening, but just blew my nose and we're good. Anyway, top of the morning. James, good morning, brother. Sanda, hey, James. Yeah, guys, so I'm not going live on TikTok. I've been banned like 3 times this week, and I just don't want to push it too much. I'm still trying to figure out the reasons why. I think Sanda and I were on the same page with I'm just going to go ahead and reach out to, the platform and see if I can get a little bit more explanation as to what's going on. So today's going to be a smaller audience. For me, it doesn't matter. 9 people is a lot of people. I always say, imagine yourself in front of a room in a room with 9 people, right? That's a lot of people to be able to have a conversation with. So for me, that's cool. I appreciate everybody who's in here. If you guys can do me a favor, it'd be cool to see some new faces pop in here that might need some love in the morning. Go ahead and share. The link should be, yeah, right there. The link's over there. So go ahead and share this live. And I've dropped my link for a virtual hug in the chats. So I'm going to check that queue right now and see if there's any takers. But as of now, we had great conversations starting at 8 o'clock this morning. If you guys don't know, I go live on TikTok. I have a great community on there. During my lives in the morning, I'm feeding my kids and just jamming with people, and I actually get to interact with a few people who I call, and people share their words of the day with me, and it's actually it's what I'm calling a virtual hug. So had great conversations this morning. Who was on this morning, by the way? Let me know. Anybody here on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok that was on in the morning? I'm curious what your favorite word was this AM. There's a lot of good stuff going on. So besides my For You Fridays, I'm going to start bringing on more guests as well. I figured out exactly like how I want to move with that. So my guests are also going to help facilitate these virtual hugs as well. So if you guys remember the episode where Beard Laws came on, he heard about my virtual hugs, but he's never experienced them or given them out. So when I had him on the show, I interviewed him for a little bit, and then I started to bring on guests, and we started to give people some hugs. So that's cool. I will start bringing on some guests, and I just feel really good about like moving forward. Like part of me wants to say, you know what, I'm going to take a break for the rest of the week and come back Monday strong with a new format. And then part of me really likes to connect with you guys. I like seeing your faces in the morning. What's up, Kylie? Kylie's up. What's up? What's going on, Kylie? I like connecting with you guys and giving this energy. And you know, one of the main things that I know stands out from what I'm doing in comparison to other people is this, just the consistency. Consistency matters, and I'm in it for the long term. Yeah. Anyone fill out the form yet? You know, Sanda, I'm gonna be hard on you. Look, whether people fill out the form or not, I would love to have you fill out the form. So you never have to ask for. No one ever has to ask for permission. Like I'm doing this for whoever wants to be selfish enough to take advantage of this time that I'm giving out. And if we end up jamming for an hour, we end up jamming for an hour. Make us go all weekend without Joe. You're crazy. That's funny. It's hilarious. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to be able to see 2 screens at one time. Who was on this morning? Who was on? Jill said she was on. I want to know what was your favorite word of the day this morning? Mine was definitely. I loved my conversation with Susan. Did she say discipline? Trying to think of all the words that happened today. Crazy day yesterday, but beyond grateful. My favorite word this morning was humanity. There it is. It was. Humanity was mine too. That's aloha. I love that. I love the aloha as well. Yeah, so all these people were on my live this morning. And these words were what was shared. Anyways, yeah, these were my favorite words of the day as well. Humanity and aloha. And I love how she said aloha was not just a greeting, but like it meant love, and strangers use it with each other. And I'm gonna start. I should start coming on here and saying aloha to you guys when I start the show. Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna be on for long. I'm already 28 minutes in, and I have a lot of work to do. So I'm dedicating my time to connect with whoever wants to connect. Literally, the form I'm dropping in the comments again. You guys have story to tell. You guys just want to jam, do whatever. Like, you want to bring some fire? Let's do it. Was even better with that guy talking about skin in your smile. Yeah, he called me last night. By the way, for those of you guys who need some context, last night I went live on TikTok and spent like an hour or more, and we had some pretty interesting conversations in there. But there's a guy who left a comment that I wasn't a fan of. It was kind of an inappropriate comment. Anyways, I called him out in a polite way, he ended up calling me, leaving me a nice voicemail, and I think we're gonna connect sometime in the future on TikTok. Yep. Really? That sucks. All right. Well, I just dropped my phone. Okay. We'll do it. Let's go old school. Sorry, Santa. Let's go old school. Just text me. Text me or email me. It's below. If you guys want to connect, text and email me. Text and email me. Yeah, like I was telling people earlier this morning, and this is going to be a good conversation, good segue into this conversation. Guys, you know, when we're using, get used to it. A lot of us are going to be communicating on the internet. I've been communicating on the internet for a long time, so I'm pretty used to it, especially in today. But there's going to be people who troll you. There's going to be people who hate. There's going to be people who say, you know, comment on things that you're not really a fan of, or bring up conversations that you really don't want to talk about. What I like to do is I like to welcome those conversations, only because you have to understand that a lot of people aren't coming from the same place that I'm coming from, or that you're coming from, right? And so I try to have as much understanding to my haters as I do with the supporters, because if someone chooses to spend their time to come in my live, right, and say something negative, they have some issues going on with their life, and I want to be understanding about it. And so I try to get myself out of the way and like see what's going on. Like last night, I called him out, and I gave him, you know, a piece of my mind in a very like direct but like graceful way, which is why I think he called me and left me the voicemail. But if he wanted to talk on the phone, I definitely would call him on the phone and talk to him publicly, because you know it's not about conflict. Like I'm not afraid of I'm not afraid to approach situations, because I think it's all about the approach. Yeah, I just barely got the notification that you were on. Or you did, and he's a teacher. Yeah, for sure. Like who am I to try to judge, you know, where he was coming from? Like his voicemail made sense. He explained himself in his voicemail. It was a long, like a 1 minute long voicemail, and it made sense. So, you know, I guess my point of this whole conversation is you're gonna have people in your life are who are who don't really align with your values, but that doesn't mean we judge them or we try to like punish them because, you know, we think they're bad people. Like at least try to understand. Now, if people are just unwilling to, you know, have uh, a civilized resolution or conversation, then I think that's where we start to block people. But I'm open to hearing people out for sure. All right, Sandra, I got your text. I don't know what's going on with my I got two people's text. All right, I'm gonna send you guys links here in a second. Yo, what I want to know is what you guys are working on. Anybody who I'm getting ready to send a link, like I want to know where are you at in your life as far as I know these two ladies who I'm getting ready to talk to. Yeah, I got yours. I know these two ladies who I'm getting ready to talk to. I've been talking to them for a few weeks now, and so I want to get deeper. Like I want to know more about them, right? So that's what today's going to be about, is me diving in and trying to learn more about my two followers who've been showing me nothing but love, to see how I could support them. Yo, where we at? Who So I can't really see. I see a lot of Facebook and YouTubes, but I know there's people. What's up, Levi? What's going on? I see a lot of people, you know, I'm not sure who's seeing this on Twitter. I haven't really seen that feed. I probably open it up and see what that looks like. Compassion. So Paula's watching from Twitter. That's cool. But it doesn't pop up. I can't see the Twitter comments on here. So I can't see Twitter comments. I saw Twitch comments the other day. And let's do this. You know, we brought it up, and this is funny that you two came on. I'm gonna bring both of you guys on at the same time.
We're on, sister. We're on. We called it yesterday. We called it. We were gonna be on this show together. We called it.
Right? Oh my God. She called me out of the blue yesterday, and she's like, "We're gonna get on the show together. He's not gonna be able to handle it."
That's what's happening. Well, she just got booted off. Hopefully, she comes back. I think the connection went down.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, there she goes.
Happening.
I'm back.
The doctor's office tried to call, and I couldn't even accept the phone call today. It was very strange.
Yeah. Anyways, what's up, ladies? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you two?
How are you?
We're amazing. Joe, we decided that every time we were going to tell one of our haters off, we were going to be like, so are you ready? Are you ready? Let's give you a cup of Joe because you ain't understanding today's freaking word of the day.
So you know what's cool for everybody who's out there? This is Wida and Sanda. I met both of them on TikTok. I don't think they knew each other when we all met. Like,
Nope.
and what's cool is that yesterday you guys spent an hour on the phone just having a good conversation.
Oh, it was good, all right. We had some tears. I cried a little bit for the first time with people.
That's cool.
We expressed ourselves a little bit, told each other a little bit more about one another, and we found we have a lot in common, especially acting. I didn't know she was an actor. I was like, what? You're an actor? Yep. So am I. We need to work together. Let's do this.
I didn't know you were an actor. Good morning, Mom.
I'm on Amazon Prime. There's a show called The Weekend Warriors. My character's name is called The Sure Thing.
Oh yes, I knew that. I remember. And you were talking about your son. Yeah, I remember all that.
Yeah, and I was trying to do TikTok to try to get my character going, but I didn't know how to do TikTok. I still don't. So I just kept doing whatever I wanted.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Let me say good morning to some people. What's up, Sam? What's up, Anita? My mom just hopped on. Good morning, Mom.
Hi,
April.
Hi, Mama.
Cool. Anyways, yeah, I want to connect with you two ladies, especially because you guys have always been, hopping on the show and showing me love, both on TikTok on these platforms, and I think it's cool for me to, I don't care. Like Sanda, I was telling you, I don't know if you took my being facetious as funny or not, but like literally, I don't care if it's just you or Wida that come on the show every day. Like my goal, and my intention is like the more we talk, the more I get to learn about you, and hopefully people start to step up. I know I have a big base on TikTok, and like usually I go live and have people come over from that platform, but today I didn't, and so I'm going to use this time to try to connect with whoever steps up, and it happens to be you two. So let's jam.
Well, you called me. I can't pass that up. So
I said the same thing yesterday. I was like, Joe, if nobody's gonna call, I'm coming in, bro. I'm coming in. Somebody else take the call, and it's like you never know what you're gonna get with that one phone call.
Yeah, for sure. You never know
at all if I don't know if it's that one thing that you wanted to hear or that touch. We touch people no matter what because our energy is so powerful.
Yes, for sure.
Just take the advantage and take that 15-second call.
Yeah, for sure.
Take the chance. It's worth it.
So what I want to know is a couple of things. Number one, like what was the highlight of y'all's conversation? Like what was the most memorable
Should
moment
we really
of
talk
the
about
yesterday?
it?
If it's something that you guys are willing to share.
No, I know there's a lot of things. I would say how to get over relationships, knowing that even though you put a lot into it and you did the right things that you thought was right, it still didn't work out. You just don't need to knock yourself down. You still keep being yourself. It just happens that you gave it to the wrong person.
Down either.
Say it again, Sanda.
And you don't have to allow them to knock you down either.
Yeah.
Amen. Hallelujah. Power.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fire.
We've heard a lot of private stories about each other, which we would want to open up. Maybe a little later on with more of the family we've made with the gang over here. But right now, I think our little privacy together means a lot. I needed someone, she needed someone, and we're here now. We're soul sisters. She can't get rid of me.
Awesome. I love it.
That's okay. I'm good with that. Totally good with that.
So what I want to know is like what's throughout the weeks that we've been like interacting and getting to know each other, what's like at the forefront of y'all's mind individually? Like Wida, what's at the forefront of your mind? Sanda, what's at the forefront of your mind? Like what's been like consuming your thoughts, and what are you working through?
Making my dreams come true.
And what is that?
Is actually to be one of those, big stars of Hollywood one day. No, I was just joking. No, really making any dreams come true, like small ones, big ones. But mine was being an actor. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be in that field. I'm just a beginner, so I'm just learning the backgrounds. I want to be a director. I want to write. I have like a lot of passions in the background, which me and Sanda also have together, which is amazing. So that's why it's going to work out together, because we both have the same views and goals that we want to reach to together. So we're gonna push one another.
Nice, nice. So what's the next steps for you?
My next step is to network. I
Cool.
need to network.
Awesome. And we'll talk about that later. Look, I'm asking these questions because I'm real curious. Like what you guys may or may not know about me is that, while I love, like, one of my main missions in life is to, become best friends with the world, which is why I'm doing this right here. My second biggest mission is, like, I'm a big branding and marketing guy. Like, I love, that's how I'm involved in social media, right? I love just the learning the different avenues and different mediums of communication and how to take one message and inspire people and influence people to, take action on that thing. And so I love learning about, like, what people's next steps are, like what they're working on as far as projects, only because either it's going to give me insight to a whole brand new, like, industry that I didn't know anything about, or there's going to be, like, ways where I can, like, with obviously with the permission, I can, like, provide some insight or some help on. So that's why I'm asking. What about
I like the idea what you're doing, because the networking is important for a lot of us who don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
or
for
who
sure.
to reach out to, or how to brand a name or do anything. It's really hard when you have nobody around to give you that advice.
Nice.
But yeah, networking would be one of my things for today.
Nice, cool. Love that.
Yourself, like an actor, you have to promote yourself if you don't have, like, an agent or an agency behind you, and trying to get an agent can be hard, but it's not always necessary either. I've done rather well without one, so
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
To get a little bigger, then I might need some help with it. Like, you definitely need an assistant, Joe.
Right, I know. I feel pretty good. I think for sure it's gonna happen. Sorry, I thought I heard the baby's crying. Here's my thing I was gonna say. I heard a quote yesterday. It said, "It's not about how many people you know. It's about, like, who. It's not about how many people you know. It's about
how many people you touch."
No, it was like something about networking. Like, not how many people you know. It's about who you know within the people that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
It's true. It really is true. You got to know people up above to get to some places. Some of the roles that I got, if it wasn't for being the sweet person I am and the wanting to talk to people and meet new people, I would have not gotten the role I got on TV. I would not have gotten the roles that I've gotten in short films and stuff if I didn't put myself out there and try to get a network going and meeting new people.
Yeah.
A lot of people you meet on set are also doing other projects, and if you kind of connect with them, they call you onto their projects.
They pull you off. They'd be like, "I want you for the next role. I wrote a line for you."
It just kind of, it was the people I met doing background work, and then they were doing their own projects, and then the film festivals around here are getting bigger in Nova Scotia. Like, Film Nova Scotia is booming right now. So
yeah, we have 48-hour film shows out here.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Some of the people in the comments, they're asking, I think, Wida, this is for you. What's the name of your show? This is by Sam. Sam says, what's the name of your show? They want to watch it.
My show is called The Weekend Warriors on Amazon Prime. My beautiful sister over here, she's on Lock and Key. What? Yes! I was watching that. She said I didn't even know she was on it until we talked yesterday. So,
all right, cool. So
Weekend Warriors, Amazon Prime. My character is the Sure Thing.
All right, so I just dropped that in the comments. If you guys want to check her out, The Weekend Warriors, Amazon Prime. That you'll catch your girl Wida on there doing her thing. What about you, Sandra? I know you dropped some YouTube stuff with me before, but I want to be able to get people to go support you on your projects as well.
Yeah, Goblin Den is my primary group that we just do short films and post them on YouTube for, like, short little ideas.
Say it one more time. The connection kind of got glitchy.
Goblin Den Productions.
Yeah. Goblin Den.
I can't wait.
Type that into YouTube, and you'll see me die and see me all sorts of things.
Oh man, that's gonna be sad. I don't want to see that. That's fine.
Oh,
I'm in a horror movie. I got shot. I was like, oh damn, I actually died. This is what it feels to die. Wow.
They looked at me and they said, so we're gonna cover you in fake blood. I was like, there for it. Awesome.
Perfect.
I drove home covered. It was great. I walked in, my daughter was like, okay.
So for me, for you two, what is the biggest thing around acting for you guys? Like with what I learned about myself is that I just like to make an impact. And I think when I was watching the Rockets back in 95, 94, or whenever they won the championship, I think the thing that inspired me about basketball and the whole game was just how, 10 players on a court were able to impact thousands of people in the arena. And I couldn't tell you that back then that's what really was attractive to me, but that's why I love interacting with people one-on-one, because I just love the connection and the impact, right? So like with acting, I think that there's different facets, right? There's the whole process of, playing a role and going through the process of learning scripts and, doing the whole 9 yards. Or is it like, I want to know what it is with you two individually. Like, what do you love most about acting?
We talked about it yesterday. It's actually not as easy as people think, oh, it's acting. Most of the times we're buying our own outfits, doing our own makeup. Like we even talked yesterday. Sometimes our breaks are like so out of it that you really don't have time to run to a normal potty over there or bathroom somewhere. So you got to run to your car and you got to use the bathroom in your car. You got to do your own hair. It really depends on what team you're with, because there is companies where they do dress me, they do my makeup, they do my hair. But I find it a lot easier and entertaining when I go to new job sites, because I meet new people and I have more ideas. Like I'm not just going for that one thing. I do background work. Okay, so what? It's just background work. But in the mix of background work, I was able to be a PA. I was able to help out on stage. I was able to help out in the back. I was able to learn new things, new directors. Like it's more than what it seems, and just getting a piece of paper, learning your lines. Like having the feeling behind your character, you have to learn that part too.
Yeah.
For me, it's all about the people. I've never met a more supportive bunch of people. When you mess up, they're right behind you going, you're great, you're awesome, do it again, you'll get it, don't worry. Like,
yep.
Even if you mess up, there's not that, oh, come on, like, can you just get this right already? Or it's not like that at all. It's a totally different environment that's what I was like in life, but I didn't meet a lot of people like that.
Yep.
And then I started acting and it just was like, oh my gosh, you're my people. And it just, I couldn't stop.
So the support in the community is really the biggest thing for you. That's awesome. Yeah.
Very important, because like you said on one of your shows, Joe, it all depends on who you put yourself or surround yourself around, like the positive people, the doing the right things, thinking the right things. And it was like when I also too got into acting, I was like, oh my God, am I gonna meet a bunch of stuck-up people, all these rich people that I can't even be around because I don't have half of the shit they have? I'm like, am I even gonna fit in? Because I'm like, I can't stay still. I'm energized, I'm happy and bubbly. Like, can they deal with me? Like, no, I went through, there's so many people just like me, and we all clicked. And it's true, it's watch who you surround yourself.
That's awesome. I love that. Tammy says, we all struggle, we all mess up, but we learn and keep trying. I love that, Tammy.
Yes, amen.
Good morning, Jera. Good morning. Oh, Beard Laws is up in here. What's up, Beard Laws? That's awesome.
Hey, Beard Laws. Great.
All right, so Wida, you said networking. So do you have plan of attack? Are you using socials a lot? Are you using your platforms to try to reach out to people? Or are you meaning like you have a Rolodex of numbers and you're just trying to call? What kind of network are you?
Nope. Basically, what I do is I go onto my website and I find out if there's any auditions out there, if there's anybody that they're just looking for right away, because sometimes you don't have to do auditions. And I just wait for that opportunity to get the time and day to show up. And sometimes I might be at 3 a.m, get out at 12 p.m. I might have 13, 14, 23-hour shifts. But the only way I do it is I wait for someone to say, I'm looking for someone. And
right.
I think I should be more outgoing and putting myself out there so others can see me. But Joe, I really don't know how to do that.
I think you're doing a great job of it already. And I'll comment once I get Sanda's feedback as far as like how do you network, Sanda? Are you networking right now, or are you kind of already?
I'm just using like TikTok and that kind of thing right now, but I have like a few things on the go, or that were kind of on the go already. And because of my condition, I don't want to overtax myself either.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I there's a website that is a extras website called Hennessy Casting in my area.
Yeah.
I have
Boston
a profile so that when jobs come up for like background and that kind of thing, I can apply for whatever I want. But again, I have to be kind of cautious, more cautious than say, you know, Weta or other people that can do those 20, because I couldn't do a 14 or 23-hour shift by far. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the overnights though. They pay real good overnight.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But,
Yeah.
About networking for sure. Just kind of putting yourself out there, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't look at the networking as I don't know what I want to do. Like, how is it that I'm supposed to network? Like, how do I network myself? It's me that I'm trying to sell out here. Hello, I'm the product. I don't know how to do that. I just know how to be myself.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all you do is be yourself, right? I think that's what social media allows us to do is like literally like the only like it's so funny because people don't even know me, right? And since I was younger, I've always been considered the nice guy, and genuinely like I've always been like the kid that was like, oh, he's too nice or he's too whatever, and almost to a point where I was getting made fun of. And it's as I started to know myself better, I was like, you know what, this is actually a skill, you know, and I can use it just to be myself on these platforms and meet other people. So I think Weta for you is like, be yourself. Like, what are you interested in? What do you like to talk about? What do you like to do? And like, do those things. And I think people will be attracted to you because honestly, with acting, I think your gift and your skill is your personality. Mm-hmm. Like they're hiring you because of your talent of being yourself.
Yeah.
So, and I think you're doing a great job. Honestly, I told you the other day that, you know, since the first time I met you and now there's something that's happening that's you're doing more, you're way more like you came in with energy, but you're way more like you're sharing a lot more. And I think it takes time, but I just want to encourage you that you're doing what you need to do. I just think doing more of it would be awesome, especially from a networking standpoint. Raging Fire Fitness says there's tons of famous actors and directors on TikTok. Yeah, and that was the other thing I was going to say.
That's very true.
Go ahead, Sandra. You go first.
The only problem with that is you never, like I've had some supposed famous people follow me, and then you go in and it's just like a dummy account for somebody that's gonna troll you or a bot or whatever, and you're sitting there going, how do you kind of weed through those and who are the right ones to follow? And I don't know.
Yeah.
Another thing is like we talk about TikTok and Facebook and all this stuff, but that's just following actors. That's just watching them do what they do. It doesn't seem like they're on their network and like saying, hey, I'm doing this because I'm looking for 2 people. I'm looking for this type of scene, or it doesn't seem like that. It just seems like there's actors doing the same thing we're doing, just being on TikTok, being silly and doing the things that they want to do. But it doesn't seem like they're looking. So I'm afraid to follow some of these people because I don't want them to think I'm only up their ass because I want that role that they might be in next month. I know I want to be noticed and I want to be seen, but it's not about the fame. It's more about me touching the right people when I'm getting to the right job. I love acting. I love being different characters because I can do that. I personally do it in my own life. If you want me to cry right now, girl, I'll cry for you. But if you want me to laugh, I'll laugh for you. You know, whatever you want, I can do it. It's the difference of seeing them on TikTok and they're just with their families or they're just doing these things. How do I reach out to those people and be like, hey, can we get together and network about, you know, acting and movies and stuff? What if they're not looking for that?
Yeah, I think so. I respect what you just said because that means you just care. Like you're a person that cares and you're thoughtful about like how to approach people. So that I like that because this is what I would tell you. Like for me, I'm trying to build awareness around my mom's salon and around a show that I'm getting ready to start. And so the way I'm networking is I'm literally going through like a TikTok or through an Instagram and I'm just looking at people's accounts and doing my due diligence, Sanda, right? And so I'm just trying to check and see like, okay, what's their TikTok account look like? Cool. What's their Instagram account look like? And it takes some time, but then after I feel like this person's legit, I'm literally going in the DMs and I'm saying hello and starting a relationship. And depending on your personality, like you can be super direct and say, hey, look, I'm looking for a role. If anything comes up, you know, let me know. Or you could be like myself and just be like, hey, you know what? I see that we are in the same field or we are like-minded. I just want to say what's up to start the relationship. And you might not get anything directly then, but you're at least getting in the conversation. And trust me, we're human beings. Like what's going to happen is they're going to be nosy and be like, okay, who's Weta? Like she just gave me this nice message. Let me go see her account. And then that's how the relationship starts. So I think it's more of just starting the relationships than necessarily looking for a part. I think like telling your story is going to get you the job. And that's just my opinion, but that's really what I feel networking is about on social media platforms.
Well, one thing that I also, have been thinking about, and I've been doing just a little bit on my TikTok. I know that that's just what I want to do. It's my passion. Like, no, it doesn't bring me the money I need because I don't do enough of it, but it's something I want to do that makes me feel good.
Right.
Other things that I do at home, I was thinking, as my character, the short one who loves to wear wigs all the time, I was thinking maybe taking the products that I do sell with my character and do something interesting in a TikTok as I'm using my makeup and my beauty products. And maybe the short thing will get follows and I can get her entertained out there somehow.
Yeah, because you have to think about, right? I think everybody has at least 2 or 3 interests as an individual. So for me, I like to work out. I like to play basketball. But really, at the end of the day, what I'm really passionate about is just getting better and about growth. So a lot of my account, like a lot of videos that I post on my TikTok account, is literally just my thoughts on how I'm trying to like get through it. And you guys just see me talk about my runs sometimes and, things of that nature. And I think really you just have to go back to if Wida, you love the products that you're selling and like you really are passionate about, having those conversations, whether it's makeup or whatever, I would definitely tell your stories around those things and just know that the right people are going to be able to pay attention to you and seek you out.
Good. Okay, I'll try that one.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't be afraid to talk to other people, because there was one lady that I met. I want to say lady, but she's not that old. But I met her on a horror movie trivia page. I won this contest, and it was really between her and I, this contest. And when I won, I hadn't been a member of this group very long, and I thought they were going to be mad. And she was like, "Oh, congratulations, that's great. Are you going to be here for the next one? Because I need a competitor." She actually liked the fact that I had beaten her, because usually she was the one that won.
Oh, I love competition.
Took part, really. So I did, and her and I have been great friends. And she had another friend who was a horror director and producer that I now talk to in New York. So you never know who you're going to meet and where and when. So don't be afraid to kind of open up that conversation either.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah, I'm passionate about it because I think in today's age, like there's no rhyme or reason, like there's no right or wrong way. I think the more we just continue to tell our story, that's the opportunities we have versus like back in the day when people were trying to get exposure. Like you either had to know the right people or have a lot of money to get exposure. And like I think these platforms provide us a free free real estate to be able to say whatever we want to say and then attract the right people. Yeah, for sure. We just don't do it. We just don't need to do it in the traditional ways, which is like buy my thing or pick me up or recruit me. We just have to be ourselves and like be inspiring or be funny or be a resource to people, and they'll flock to us. Like honestly, I did not expect I've already like my phone number that I'm using was a guy, a co-founder of a company who reached out to me based off of him just liking my content. And so we networked and he's let me try his product for free. And like, that was a serendipitous thing that happened because of just a true connection, right? And so like, we never know what's out there. We just have to continue to tell our stories and know that people are watching.
Yep.
I like what sis said, to not like push the product type thing. She just was being herself and, continued on with her moment, and she got a blessing out of it. I was always thinking like, I've been selling, I'm ambassador for 3 companies, and I've been selling products for over a year and maybe a year and a half. And I've never was really open enough, I would say, to go onto one of these TikToks. And I don't want to force people to buy them. I love them. I obviously love them because I use them for myself. But it was like, how do I get out there in a nice way, not forceful, not making people do something?
Show them
and understand that these products do work.
Well, and show them the product, tell them that you love it, and they might love it too. Leave the choice up to them. But I mean, my mother-in-law, so to speak, she sells Arbonne because she loves it. She's very passionate about it. And she's done really well since she started because it's friends of hers that are of the same interest group in like health foods and healthy living and that kind of thing. And that's who she connects with, rather than trying to sell it to everybody. She just sells it to the few, and then they bring friends and they bring friends.
Well, that's what I do too. I keep it really close to the people who's next to me, but it's not getting to where I want it to be.
Yeah.
It's freaking powerful. I fight acne all the time, and the way that my face is smoother and shining, I love it because it's really working for me. And I'm 40 years old, and I have to wait till I was 40 to figure this out. So I want other people to notice that there is product out there that will help them. I just don't want to force them or make them think I'm lying to them when I'm not.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I love it. I love what Paula said to you. By the way, shout out to my boy Sloss in the building.
Hey.
That's my brother. But anyway, Paula said you're humble, Wida, and you are. Look, when I first started like thinking of like studying marketing, what I realized was that I hated being that forceful salesperson. I hated it. And what I learned about it is that you don't have to be, you can sell without selling. And I think that's through, for example, we've all seen it, right? Our favorite TV shows, they'll have a Sprite, someone holding a Sprite. They're not saying buy that Sprite. They're just holding a Sprite. And if you're inspired by that character or that actor of that movie, you might have the inspiration to go buy the Sprite. And I think that's what selling is today, is that we're just telling our stories and telling people why. And then,
tell my story.
Yeah, tell your story and tell people why.
Story on why where's my notebook? Where's my notebook? Where's my notebook? I got a Joe notebook. Hold on, don't play. Whenever stuff like this pop up and I can't figure it out later, I got my book. He knows I got it. I got my Joe's book.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yes.
I need one of those.
But yeah, so selling without selling is huge for me, because you're coming from a place, you're humble. You're a humble person. You want to say like, hey, I don't want to be forceful to buy this stuff. So I think, so I'm going to go back to my example, right? So I'm trying to grow this show called The Beauty Authority. The whole idea, the whole premise with that show is because I want to recruit talented hair professionals at my salon. But instead of me going out and saying, I want you to work for me, through my show, through my show, I know that when they see my personality, number one, they're judging me, right? They're going to see, okay, is that someone who I want to work with? Number two, they're going to be able to get value from a platform, whether they work for me or not. And then through that, I think they're going to be naturally inspired to make a decision whether I'm the type of person they want to work with or not, right? And so that's really my idea of selling my brand without directly selling it to people. And so you could do the same thing with whatever your products are. Just talk about, who you are, why you like this thing, and just know that the right people who are supposed to be interested or purchasing that product will come and let you know if they're inspired by your shares.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I needed this convo. We got this, sister.
Oh yeah.
I love you back. No, I really so I didn't know that we were gonna go this deep into marketing stuff, but like I literally want to ask questions, because whether I have an answer or not, like I want to start using my platform more to connect more of you people, because you two inspired me. Like yesterday, hearing that you guys had the hour-long conversation meant something to me, and I was like, you know what?
And I'm calling Wonder Woman Deb when she's done with her client. She's calling me today too.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, and I want.
And today I'm going to be calling James. He had his show earlier in the morning, so I want to see how he's doing today.
Awesome. And that's what it's about, right? I'm just creating a platform to help people network with like-minded people, and I think it's happening. And the more we can, get to know each other, like I keep saying, the better it is, because then I could be like, hey, you know what? You're really talented. Like, so TikTok, tomorrow I'm doing this For You Fridays. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some creators who are actors who are trying to like, need help with like getting their messages out there. Obviously, I know you two. I'd be like, look, I have two wonderful women who are in the industry. If you need some advice, go talk to them, right? And now that creates, I don't have any answers. I've never been part of the industry, but I can definitely refer them to you two to be able to like help them navigate, or help him or her navigate through their career. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'd be willing to give info. I have some good info about New York and Mass, like with places that you can sign up with. I know Sis has a couple of places too on websites that she uses. Sometimes what people have been looking for in the actors world is just somebody to rehearse their lines with, because they don't like to read by themselves. So if they need somebody to rehearse their lines with, or help them find out what their character is like and how to bring them out more, please reach out. I'm more than help. Networking already.
Same here.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks. I mean, first of all, this conversation wouldn't happen if you guys weren't willing to like step up and have the combo, because I know it's not easy to.
I was trying to give other people time, but they don't want it, so I'll take it.
Take it. But yeah, definitely. I know if you guys are listening out there, like Sam, I don't know if you guys saw his comment, but he said, keep doing conversations, great info and networking. Like this is going to be, I already know there's going to be some stuff that we talk about that are going to help other people. So I just want to thank you two ladies again for jumping in. What did you say,
I love
Sandra?
you guys.
Love you back.
Hang on one sec.
Let's go. Is it something that, are we going to do an unboxing on the first unboxing of the Cup of Joe?
I don't even Thank you.
Oh, it looks so nice out there. I'm so cold over here.
I know.
Yeah, it's been raining, and yesterday it snowed, and I'm happy for this day because it's May and we shouldn't be having snow. No more
Not
snow.
out here.
It's crazy. Well, let's get into it. Give us a hug, ladies. What's your word of the day?
Go
You
ahead,
ahead,
sis.
Vita.
You first.
Okay, I'll go.
Stop being so sweet. I was trying to be sweet. I was trying to be humble. You go first.
Hold on, time out. Check the comment box below. Raging Fire Fitness had a question for you too. Ask them if they're following Sean Whalen Actor.
No, I'm not, but I will now.
All right, cool.
Write that
Well,
down.
guess what? I just wrote it down in my notebook. So as soon as I'm done, I shall be following.
Yeah, me too.
I put all my new followers from Joe's show onto my notebook because I will want to remember you all someday.
I love
Right.
that. Love that we do.
I'll probably still keep in contact with you guys after this, I hope.
For sure.
That's one thing that I find strange about the whole acting thing. Like, I spent a year with people making a film, and I might talk to 5 of them now, but we were so close. Like, some of us were so close, and now we don't even talk. Like, it's like a random message once a month, and I'm like, I miss you.
Yeah, I miss a lot of my coworkers too. Like their energy is so bubbly and going that
Yeah.
I have 3 kids in this house and I need some type of conversations.
I know.
Well, I'm in that boat with you. My daughter's coming home.
Yes, I'm so
nice.
excited. We talked about that. Yes, she's coming home. Woo, after 2.5 months. Woohoo!
That's awesome. That's a celebration for
And
sure.
She has to go away for July, but she'll be back permanently after that. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy for you, Santa. Happy for you, Santa.
My day is excited.
So David said he was in Twister, and he also said that he interacts with his followers a lot. So maybe a good person to connect with and shoot a DM or comment on one of his folks.
Yeah, definitely.
And trust me, like I said, the people who I meet and run into that are doing like the acting thing or whatever, like, so look, a person you guys should network with, who I don't think is an actor at all. I think there's a TikTok personality. He's been in some of my lives before. Brandon the Entertainer, because Brandon knows a lot of people, and Brandon, while he's not, I don't know, I don't want to put words in, I don't want to judge his situation, but I don't know if he's an actor, but he's doing a lot of comedic stuff on TikTok. So Brandon the Entertainer, definitely a guy who to interact with, and the next time I talk to him, I'll mention you two as well, because you never know who he knows, and if you guys just start the relationship and be cool with them, like he might be like, look, you know, I'm doing this TikTok thing. I know this account. I'll put you in touch with them as well. So it's a whole big networking game, and that's what I love about this big time.
Yeah.
And you said it's Brandon Entertainer?
Brandon the Entertainer. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you too.
Last time he was on
Yeah.
your show.
Yeah.
Well, I like that because if he's a comedian guy, he's gonna love my TV show because it's adult comedy. Like, so if he's into comedy, so am I. I think we're gonna be already fitting in there. Let's go.
And at work,
VIP section.
at worst, the special thing about networking, if done right, like if you're not being selfish about it, you're just not like trying to only take away from people. The cool thing about it is, at minimum, you become friends with the person, just like we're all doing right here, right? So that's at minimum. You know, at best, like you guys start to become
You
friends.
grow.
Yeah, you guys grow
Or
together.
just to grow.
Right. So cool.
That's my word of the day. Grow.
There you go.
Find something that's gonna make you grow.
I love that. Awesome. What about you, Sandra?
Mine was excited because I can't get past my excitement that my little girl's coming home finally.
Awesome. I love it. Grow,
Yes.
grow and excited. For everybody out there in the YouTube, Facebook, Twitter world, Twitch, curious to hear what your word of the day is. Obviously, you guys heard these two wonderful individuals' words of the day. It's grow and excited. Happy
Yeah.
for you too. Love connecting with you ladies. And literally, if you guys become part of the show, like as far as a featured guest on a daily basis, I do not care. Let's do it.
All right.
But yeah, keep coming back. I love interacting with you ladies, and thank you so much for the convo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Wita.
Thank you, sis. Bye, bro. I love you both. Peace
Love you
and love,
too.
and we'll speak soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that was fun. I like that a lot. You know, David, you mentioned Jay Already Famous. Yeah, Anita, she's definitely excited. You mentioned Jay, the Already Famous. He actually gave me an idea to have a panel style combo, and I slept on it for a while, not intentionally, just because I was trying to get used to this format. But I really do like that conversation to have with those ladies. Number one, they're awesome to talk to. Number two, I think there's going to be a lot of different conversations that come up when I have a lot of people in one chat. So I'm going to be really considering that. I think that's what's going to happen a lot of the time on Fridays. For You Fridays is I might be with another creator and we have a guest in the panel and we're talking with them about their ideas. So I see some people are looking for hugs, more hugs, please. All right, I'm going to do, what time is it? 11:10. Let me make a quick shout out to people. So if you're just tuning in or you've been here since the beginning, what is up? Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing super well. My camera battery is looking healthy, so I can be on for a few more minutes. If you guys want a chance to interact with me live on my show, I bring you on just like I did with Sanda and Wita. All you have to do at the end of the day is text me. Literally text that number, 281-901-0141. Or if you're out of the country, which I doubt, there's too many people on here. I doubt there's anybody on here who's out of the country because I'm not on TikTok. But in case you're out of the country or in case you just can't connect via phone, email me at joateng7@gmail.com. For all you other amazing individuals, check this out. Quick announcement. So today, I have a show that's going to be starting. It's called I'm trying to see if I had a banner. If I had a banner, I don't have a banner for it. Anyways, I'm gonna flash the screen real quick so you can see. So it's gonna be called The Beauty Authority. That's Lita Goin. She was my first guest on the show. The show is actually gonna start at 3:30 p.m. I have a different guest today. I'll be promoting it on my Instagram page here shortly. But the intention of the Beauty Authority is to find artists and creators from all over the world who are doing amazing things with their platforms as far as beauty, right? Makeup artists, hairstylists, estheticians, people who are in the salon industry, and have them provide value to men and women from all over the country at homes to help them innovate their beauty at home. So it's a show that's going to be starting today. Still trying to figure out how many days I'm going to be doing it a week because I have to find guests for the show. But I do have a guest for today. She's awesome. She's a salon owner, and I'm looking forward to jumping into that later on today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So quick plug on that. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. That was a great conversation, Sam. I do agree. I agree with that. You're awesome, Sanda. Jesse from Fast and Furious is a friend of mine. If I can help connect, please let me know. So Sanda, Wita, James says he knows Jesse from Fast and Furious, so I would hop on that if I were you guys for sure. Okay, so someone said they wanted a hug. Let me get them a link. Cool. Just waiting to connect. I want to see what this looks like on Twitter. Give me a second, guys, to see what this thing looks like on Twitter. How do I look on Twitter? That's the question, right? Twitter, bring it up. Cool. I like it. This is I am on Twitter. Hey, top of the morning, Paul.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. How's it going?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I want you to know this is the thing that I look forward to every day. I get up. Yes, I have a puppy, and my puppy and my cat, they're amazing. I love my animals, but I get up in the morning and I can't wait to see all the people that are coming on. And, you know, I got up this morning and I was listening to Sanda and I was listening to Weta, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you guys are both just so incredible. You're both so courageous. I mean, is I think the word, and that's one of my words for today is courageous.
Yep.
And they were talking about, Weta was talking about, because she's got such a humble spirit and such
She
a beautiful
does.
soul.
She does.
And it touched my heart, because we as a people, you know, there's people out there that are the narcissistic type. And I think I talked on that before, which is getting on social media and like, oh, look at me, look at what I'm eating, look at how fit I am, look at my exercise, look at my abs, hey, check out who I'm dating, check out where I'm going. And it's a kind of a narcissistic attitude, you know, and so that gets to be a bit of a challenge for people who have the spirit that we have, you know. And when I say we, I'm talking to your followers right now, us, because we're all wanting to do something really well in our lives. We want to make a difference in the world, but at the same time, we don't like being in the spotlight necessarily to go, hey, it's me, I'm doing it, you know. So with Weta's spirit, and she's saying, I don't want to follow these people, it really touched me. And I've got a story that I need to share with you, because my husband, he laughs at me all the time he's laughing at me, because as soon as Twitter came out, I knew nothing about Twitter, but I got on it. Okay, I decided I'm going to get on it, I'm going to see what it's about.
I saw you were watching me this morning from Twitter.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I have the Twitter up, I've got the YouTube up, I've got the Facebook up. I mean,
I
I'm watching
appreciate
it
it.
all, because if I get up and have to go to another room, I have to be able to travel with you. You know, it's like,
That's
I got
awesome.
you. Anyway.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So, what I was going to say is my husband laughs at me all the time, because, you know, I'm on Twitter and I'm always friending, you know, people or following people. And I know that she's concerned, because she's like, I don't want them to feel like I'm like stalking them or, you know, getting in their face, because I don't want to ruin an opportunity. But she's such a humble spirit. And this is what I would say to anybody. As long as you're being your honest and authentic self, and you're being sincere in your conversations with them, most likely that's what they're going to remember. And that's what's going to end up getting you in the door, so to speak. And the reason I say that is because I have an actor, you know, I grew up with my mom watching Days of Our Lives. Okay. So I've like watched Days of Our Lives for like, gosh, 45 years. I'm actually, for anybody that wants to know, I'm actually turning 54 this year. So
You're great.
thank you. I have no problem with my age. None. Okay. None.
Good.
Okay.
I think I think we as humans have a bad relationship with age and time.
I really do too. And I feel good about myself. You know, I mean, granted, I'm not in the best shape that I could be, but I also know that it's just part of the aging process, you know, and I have to work a little bit harder. But overall, anyway, watching, you know, Days of Our Lives, and there's a lady on there that I admire. I admire her acting. I follow her in acting, follow her on Twitter. Well, all of a sudden one night she sends out a message saying, I can't get my kid to eat vegetables. I don't know what to do. Does anybody have any recipes? And I was like, okay. So I sent her a message, a little quick message, said, hey, you know, my son is about the same age as your son. Here's some ways that I get my son to eat his vegetables. And I sent her just a little quick message, just mom to mom, right? Never expecting to hear anything, nothing.
Right.
And guess what? She wrote me back. She wrote me back, Joe. And she was like, hey, could you respond to this message? And I said, sure. So she sent me a direct message and I responded back. And I sent her like 3, 4, 5 different recipes. She's like, oh my God, these sound so delicious and I cannot wait to try them. I'm going to keep in touch with you and let you know. Well, from that, we've been sharing recipes as moms since. Now, granted, do I go, oh, she's my best friend? No, she's not my best friend. She's a friend that I've met on Facebook. Sorry, the pup's moving right now.
You're good.
But, you know, she's a friend that I've met, you know, via Twitter and, you know, and we just share what I call mom stuff. But I wasn't reaching out to her in a way of like, oh, you're a star and I can't wait to stalk you kind of thing. It was more of, hey, we're two moms connecting. And And I feel like that's the thing that people mistake when they're, you know, reaching out to their celebrities or musicians or whatever. You're reaching out in a way that's like, oh, you're a star, and oh, I'm your fan. But if you reach out on the side of humanity, it's amazing what you get back in return. And my husband's always laughing at me at the responses that I get back from these people that are so-called famous. And I just look at my husband and I go, they're just humans. They're human beings. You know, we're all human beings. And so, you know, I'm just being me and they're being them, you know.
Right.
So, and the reason I bring that up to Weta is because I know that she's a very humble spirit, and she's not in that limelight. Like she's an actress, and yes, she's doing some wonderful things, but at the same time, she's not doing it because, oh, I want everyone to look at me. She's doing it because she's passionate about it. And so I just love that she's so relatable. And that's the thing I really appreciate too, because over the years, I've realized, because I grew up in California. And so I grew up in Simi Valley, actually. And so Simi Valley is where Little House on the Prairie was filmed. My house is one of the houses that was in Poltergeist, the original Poltergeist.
Nice.
So
that's fun.
I'm used to seeing this kind of stuff. Sorry, the pup just nudged me again.
You know me and my babies in the morning. It's a war zone. So
yes. And he's so precious. Look at that face. How can you not just love that face?
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, growing up in California, you kind of get used to the whole, what I call, you know, being around the scene, being around people, seeing movie sets, you know, things like that. And over the years, you just learn that people are people. So when I was younger, I had gone to Burbank Airport to pick up my boyfriend who was coming back from basic training. And I'm standing at the gate, because that's when you could actually go to the gate. Oh my God, what a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, went to the gate, and I'm standing there, and there's this lovely young lady standing next to me, and she's acting nervous, and I'm acting nervous, and I look at her and I'm like, are you waiting for your boyfriend too? It was just one of those like things. And she looks at me, she goes, yes, I'm so like excited. He's coming back. I haven't gotten to see him now for 3 months. And I just looked at her and I was like, well, yeah, mine's coming back too. He's coming back from basic training. And we stood there and we had girl talk. Okay. We had girl talk. Our boyfriends come off the plane. We both do what's typical, which is hug them, give them a kiss. You know, we're so excited. And we start walking away. Well, my boyfriend's family, as we're walking away, they're like, and they're walking behind me and they're going, I don't even think they realize who she was talking to. And we just kind of keep walking through the airport, and they go, and the mother says, yeah, I don't think she knows who she was talking to. And she just talked to her like she was a normal person. I can't believe she just talked to her like she was a normal person. And I started laughing, and we get in the car and I said, oh, I'm like, you don't think I know I was talking to Melissa Gilbert? Yeah, I knew I was talking to Melissa Gilbert. She was there meeting her boyfriend at the time, which was Rob Lowe, and Chad Lowe was standing next to her. But she and I had a girl moment. And it was, the thing is Melissa, I don't think that she realizes how much that impacted me at that young age on being real with people that are what I call famous.
Right,
or
right. They have some
celebrity,
kind of public status, right?
Yeah. It was just like, she's a girl waiting for her boyfriend. I'm a girl waiting for my boyfriend. You know, like we're just going to have something in common. So again, you know, I'm like, if we can remember that when we're interacting with people, I think it's better. And then I know that Weta was talking about her brands. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, people don't buy stuff because you're trying to hard sell them. People buy stuff because you believe in the product. They believe in what you're doing. And as long as you're being honest and open about it, people are going to do it. And the networking thing is just a matter of taking a chance and reaching out and being courageous. And that's why the word courageous is out there, because you wanted to know, you know, what people are doing. Well, you know, I told you I worked many years ago, computer-based training programmer.
Yep.
You know, technical trainer, technical writer, quit that, became an interpreter for the deaf, became a teacher. And then as I was helping my son figure out where he wanted to go to college, I ended up finding a college for me, and ended up with getting my master's in creative writing. And so I ended up going to Full Sail University and got my master's in creative writing. And now I write. So I write scripts, and I write books, and, and sometimes we people that are these creative people, we have a tendency to be a little bit introverted. Hey, two of you need to stop. Sorry, y'all. I've got a 5-pound Pomchi. Let me just turn that around so everybody can see that cutie. That's my Pomeranian Chihuahua mix that I rescued.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And then I have my huge pit bull.
Who's the alpha amongst the two? I bet you.
I am. I actually am the alpha because I am the pack leader. The problem is my young pup. He's a male, so he's still trying to figure out how to not be the alpha.
Right. Okay.
And you know how that goes. So
Yeah,
anyway,
for sure.
But yeah, that's why I'm having to correct them. Sorry, I'm going to move and walk
No, you're
around.
good.
They'll follow
You're good.
me.
You're good.
But,
Well, while you're on that thought though, I want to share this quote as well, because
oh, please.
people, Raging Fire Fitness said, people buy from people they know, like, and trust, and I believe in that. And there's also a quote that says, people love to buy things, but they hate being sold to. And so
Exactly.
yeah, and so that kind of reminded me of what you were saying, just to piggyback off of
Exactly. And the thing is that the the reaching out to people and just being what I call human about it is just, the way to do it. And so give me my shoe. No, I know we're going to go outside. Sorry, y'all. Y'all can laugh all you want. It's like, it's all good. Anyway, come on.
We're following.
Let's go. There you go. I know, because I'm moving with you. I told you I have you on all these devices because there's a reason for it. But anyway, I just, being what I call courageous is a big thing, because like for me as a writer, the scariest thing to ever do is to turn your work over and say, okay, here it is. Will you read it, and will you like it? Because it's a part of who you are. And that's a scary, scary thing. But at the same time, my publisher, I love my publisher. So the other night, I've been listening to D Nice. I don't know if y'all know who D Nice is, but he's on Instagram. He's got this major rager party. We call it Club Quarantine. We dance at his party. It's totally great. We're all in our living rooms. He puts on some great jams. It's totally awesome. Thing is, I don't know D Nice personally, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting to know the people in the club.
Right.
Because there's people in the club that have a similar interest that I have. And so they'll make a comment and I'll comment back to them. Next thing you know is we're friends. Well, it just so happened that one of the ladies ended up going on over to visit with LL Cool J. Well, I follow LL Cool J. So I'm talking to LL Cool J. Great, wonderful, terrific. Here we are. We're visiting with LL Cool J.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Okay. So this is scary for me because I'm just like, I'm following these people. I'm like, hey, I'll reach out, Well, this lady's on there and she's talking about a book, and she got a chance to actually like FaceTime with LL Cool J. And so she asked him about how to get an agent, that kind of stuff. And he kind of hawed around about it a little bit. But he was really cool about it, because he was like, well, you just have to kind of, where you're living, you have to look for an agent, and then you got to find out, what they do a little bit of research, that kind of stuff. And he was real supportive, and I love that. And anyway, what did I do? Well, I ended up sending her a direct message saying, do you have a publisher? Because I've got a publisher. I love my publisher. My publisher is personal. My publisher's, he's smaller. He's not a huge publisher, but he can help you. And I read some of your poetry. I just went online to your account and just read your poetry. I think your poetry is awesome. You want to talk to them? Here's their number. Not thinking anything of it. I don't know this person. Well, they ended up reaching back out to me, contacted my publisher. My publisher's now working with them, and they're working on getting their book published. That's all because I was courageous enough to say something. And sometimes I think that we let our fear keep us from doing what our gut says we should do. Like our gut says, reach out. Our gut says, do it. Our gut says, move. And we kind of hesitate, just a little. And so, my thing is that's the word of the day is courageous. But at the same time, the other word is compassion. Because I feel like if you're compassionate and you are speaking from your heart, you're doing things from your heart, and you truly are wanting to help people be more successful, it's going to come across that way. and then you're going to grow your brand.
Big
You're
time.
going to grow your followers. You're going to
Yep.
grow your community. You know what I mean? And so that's just, you know, it. But anyway,
Thank you.
That's
I love
me.
that. No, I love that. That's awesome. You're great. You're a great storyteller,
thank you.
Paula.
I
love
try.
I love hearing your stories, and I love how you tie that in with being courageous and being compassionate, because I agree with that 100%.
Well, I think that your followers are amazing, and I'm so grateful to them because I've gotten to meet a lot of them online, and they've joined me via Facebook and, you know, Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, you know, and I'm like really grateful for that. But like I said, it's just, you know, like listening to Weta and Sanda this morning, and I just love their spirits. Both of them have just amazing spirits and just great souls. And I'm like, it's okay, you know, it's okay. And sometimes I've kind of gotten to this point too, where what's the worst that's going to happen?
Exactly.
I mean, like that lady that I contacted regarding the book. What's worse that's going to happen? I contact, say, hey, you have a publisher? I got a publisher. I like my publisher. Here's his number. Here's his stuff. Check him out because, hey, you know, I'd like to see your stuff get published because I think it's pretty good. I've read it. You know, I've gone onto your account. I've looked at it, you know. And the worst thing that's going to happen, she could not respond at all. That's number one. She could not respond. Number two, she could respond very negatively, like, who are you and why are you trolling me? Okay.
Right.
Or three, she could say, oh, thanks for the information. Or four, she could actually do something with the information. So there's several different responses, but I think it's just a matter of like going, put it out there. It's no skin off your nose to do it. It takes like 2 seconds to do something kind for someone. So just do it. And who cares what happens, you know, let it go. You know, I mean, you know, it's like, let it go. Everybody want to sing the Frozen song now?
That's hilarious. You know, I think, I don't know if it was you that mentioned it or someone else mentioned it, but yeah, I haven't heard it before, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I mean, you know, like my husband, he laughs at me because he's like, you know, when these people respond back to me, you know, I never expect them to respond back. And
right.
It's always nice when they do, you know, because it's like, okay, they actually saw my tweet or they saw my words of encouragement and they saw my heart, you know, and I don't take that for granted. I'm always like, oh man, they responded. And I get like a giddy kid, you know, I get like a giddy kid because I'm like, oh my God, they responded, you know, and I'm just like, oh, it's so cool, you know. And then, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, we're all human. We just all have different jobs, you know, and some jobs are a little bit more public than others, you know. Yeah, so
for sure.
Anyway.
What was I
I'm going to show you. This is my front yard, just so y'all can see. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I live on my aunt and uncle have passed away, and we were able to get their property that I grew up on. And so I now live.
Your front yard is terrible, by the way. Terrible.
Yeah, and that's my front yard. I have like 4 acres.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
It's just
beautiful. Beautiful yard.
Yes, and this is where I find my peace and my serenity, and it stables me. So
that's awesome.
You know, stabilizes me. So anyway.
Cool.
Anyway,
well,
Joe, you're amazing.
You're amazing back, Paula. Like I said, I love your storytelling.
Thank you.
And I love how you're able to articulate and tie in your words to give us some wisdom. So thank you so much. I know there's people out there who appreciate you. Actually, David wanted me to ask you a quick question. He said, do you know who Joseph Campbell is, The Hero's Journey?
I think I've heard that, but I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it sounds familiar to me. Is he an author?
I don't know exactly what he is. I think he's an author, but I know some of his quotes are real strong. Yeah, definitely someone to check out. Yeah. But I appreciate
I do a lot of reading, do a ton of reading.
I can tell.
Yeah. And then the thing is too, is like, you know, like Weta and Sanda were talking about like reaching out to people. You know, there's a lot of Facebook groups out there, and just finding a group that you can really connect with is amazing. And I managed to connect with one, and I've got a guy in Canada that I've been working with on a script. He sent a script out to get it critiqued, and I sent him a private message. Everybody in the group slammed him publicly, and it broke my heart, because I know as a writer how challenging it is to put words together and get them out there, and then to have somebody slam it, it's just like a knife to the heart. It's just like, oh, you know. Anyway, I reached out to him and privately and told him, this is what I like about your script. Here's some tools to help you become a better script writer. And then here is some suggestions I have to make your script even better. And he wrote me back and he was like, you have no idea how much I appreciate this. Would you be willing to collaborate with me? And I was like, absolutely. So we've been collaborating on his script. It's just for a web series. We've, you know, kind of narrowed it down to a web series and we've been working together. But again, he's in Canada. I'm in Arkansas. I mean, seriously, people, there is networking going on around the world. You just have to put yourself out there. And that's why I come back to that word courageous again, because it takes a lot of courage to step out of your comfort zone and become vulnerable, to allow yourself to be critiqued. And sometimes when you do get critiqued, if it's really harsh, you have to really kind of ignore it and really focus in on the positive, because we're our worst critics. I mean, I can tell you right now, when I joined Full Sail, and I know I'm taking a little bit more time and I apologize, but I have to share this because this just tells you how insecure people are. And I'm going to be really vulnerable now with your followers. I originally started looking at schools for my son who wanted to get into computer game design. I found Full Sail, and it was like the number 2 school for what he wants to do. So I noticed they had creative writing, and I went, oh, okay. You know, I like writing, you know, okay. You know, maybe I should do that, because I really do like writing. So I sent an application in, and I thought for sure, as soon as I sent the application in, the response was thank you, but no. And they sent back and said, yes. And I went, oh, okay, they accepted me. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, well, okay. After I take my first class, they're going to go, what were you thinking? No, right? So I took my first class. In my first class, all the professors at Full Sail have worked in the industry. So my first professor had worked on Frasier for many, many years. So she was an excellent writer from Frasier.
Wow.
And I sent my first script in, and I was like, great. They're going to be like, what were you thinking? You can't write, you can't storytell, you can't do this, you know, you need to leave our school. What were you thinking, kind of thing. And I was a nervous wreck. She wrote me back and she was like, I got an A on the project. Okay, number 1. Number 2, she wrote me back and she's like, I love your script. Here's how we're going to make it better. And I just went, what? You like it? Oh my God, she likes it, right? Then very next month, I go to the next class. And I get to the next class, and I have another professor who, of course, you know, is in the industry doing things, you know, and I send them, you know, I write, do whatever I'm supposed to do. I send it in. I'm like, great. Okay. They're going to kick me out. They're going to know I'm a fraud. How many of you out there think that when you're doing something? I know, raise your hand, because I do it too. They're going to know you're a fraud. You know, you're just faking your way through it.
There's a word for it. It's called, what is it called? It's called, David, you probably know it. Give it to me. Give it to me, David, in the comments.
Yeah.
Gosh, what is that word? Anyways, keep going. It's in front of me.
So, you know, they're going to know I'm a fraud, and they're going to kick me out. That's what, you know, and a lot of us live with that insecurity sometimes, especially when we're trying to do something that we're really passionate about, and we think we're good at it, but we've never received that validation for it.
Imposter syndrome.
Yes, there you go. And send it in. I get it back, and the whole time I'm like, just nervous. Get it back, and sure enough, the professor writes me back, and he's like, I love your script. I love where this is going. Okay, now, here's how we're going to make it better. And I was just like, okay. And I got an A on that. Okay. And I went, okay. 3rd month rolls around. 3 months into the school. It's a 1-year program, and you take a class a month. So the 3rd month I go in, I end up with my next professor. And my next professor, again, in the industry, very talented, amazing writer, resume off the charts. And you're just kind of going, I'm a nobody. I'm just a nobody writing. And I send it in. They're going to kick me out for sure. They're going to kick me out, Joe. They're going to kick me out. And they didn't. It took me 3 months to finally realize that I could write.
Right.
And that I was good. And I'm not great. I'm good, because I'm always wanting to improve. And one of my professors and I got into an argument about that because he's like, when you present your stuff, you have to go in like you're great. And I said, no, I will never do that because I'm not great. I'm good because I always want to improve. And the moment that I think that I'm great is the moment I stop learning, and the moment that I stop being teachable, and the moment that I cannot improve anymore. And that's when you become arrogant, and I refuse to be that. So I know there's some little words to think about, little nuggets there to think about, y'all.
Did you ever look up Brene Brown?
Yes, I did. Love her. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm addicted. I watched her for 3 hours
You
yesterday.
guys have the same like cadence, and like you guys have the same manner. You just remind me a lot of her. I
Oh my
wanted
gosh.
to say something though, for anybody who's paying attention. My camera's about to die in a second, but I'm gonna get this out. I have this computer. The quality of this image is gonna change dramatically in a quick second. But with what Paula is sharing with me, what the pattern that has come up for me, if you guys have been paying attention, is that through her networking, she's giving. She's not a taker, she's a giver. And through that, it's caught the attention of who we would deem as these big personalities out in the world. And that's the big thing that I'm an advocate for, is that when you're networking, you have to think, how can I give value to the other person instead of trying to take value from somebody else? And I think that's what true networking is about. And so me,
Absolutely.
like, given this time, you know, Paula sharing her stories about like how she's been able to communicate with some other people. It's all about, you know, going into these conversations with, you know, can I give without any expectations, zero expectations of anything in return? And just know that the worst thing that can happen is they either don't respond or we become friends, like literally.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the key takeaway. But it's so interesting because you put yourself out there, and I'm truly blessed and I'm truly grateful for every interaction I get to have, whether it be with you, whether it get to be with somebody that's on this big screen, whether it's somebody on my TV screen, whether it's the guy that's down the street that mows the yard. I don't care, because to me, everybody is a human being, and you have to look at them and find their value and love their value and be compassionate to them, because their walk is not necessarily your walk, and their perspective is their reality, just like my perspective is my reality. And somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the way I put it. So anyway, but I just have to tell you that, you know, putting yourself out there it's scary.
It's not easy. It is scary. And look,
It's scary.
What you guys are seeing is a project that started in 2016. Actually, I started videos way before then, like 2012, when I started making trying to make sales videos for my mom's salon, and I was terrible at it. I'll probably release those sometime in the future. But like, this is a product of me doing this for a long time. And
Yeah.
I love your word of the day. I was courageous enough to take that leap and know that, you know, it's just like riding a bike. It's just like driving. Like, we get better as we continue to do it. So thanks for sharing that.
Hey, no problem. And like I said, I'm so grateful to your followers. I appreciate the love that they show me. It builds me up daily. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to that, because right now I'm working on a script, you know, and that's a challenge. Anytime you're writing, and I got to a point where I'm kind of stuck, but I see you guys every morning, and I'm like, okay, we're just going to move past that and keep going, because you've got this great idea. Let's just keep going.
Yes, that's what I want.
Because my people, they're behind me. They got me. They love me. I'm going to do this.
Right. I love that. That's actually the highlight of this entire episode today, is you saying that. You saying that.
I know it sounds so silly, people, but it's so true, because sometimes we can get negative, especially in this quarantine, because we're not allowed to interact a whole lot, you know? So you're kind of isolated, and believe it or not, it's this right here that gives me the juice to go, okay, you don't know what to do right there. It's okay. Just leave it blank. Move forward. Just keep moving. There you go. You got it. You can do this. Your people believe in you. They've given you love today. They told you you can do this. You know, listen to where they've come from. If they can do it, you can do it. I mean, it's like I got this cheerleading mantra going on in my head.
I love it.
And it's all your people's. It's all your people's, you know. So anyway.
I love it. That's awesome.
You're the best. I so appreciate you so much.
Right back at you.
And I'm looking forward to Friday. I can't wait.
I know. I'm interested to see how that goes. I've had a lot of people reach out to me via text, so I'm going to make the announcement tonight, and we'll see how many people I can get in the queue. And it's going to be super interesting to see how that goes down. But I'm excited, and looking forward to it.
One more thing I need to tell you about your form on your Google form. Your last piece of it indicates that it wants an email address, but it's saying you have it set for numeric. You need to go back in and reset your form to make sure that it's taking in alpha and numeric.
Okay.
So that you can get those emails, because right now
I
it's only
appreciate it.
taking numbers. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You guys make it a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Paula, for your time and your
Thank
stories.
you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool. Hey, I'm not sure how long this battery is flashing red, but I just want to say one more thing. Guys, at the end of the day, you know, this is one big networking party. And at the end of the day, if you want to meet some new people, you want to try to grow a brand or whatever, the key, the name of the game is, like Paula said, compassion and courage. And also, I'm going to add this, and how much value can you give? And so sometimes people think like, well, I don't have money or I don't have status. Guys, your time matters. Time, take time to interact one-on-one. That's probably one of the biggest gifts you can give somebody. So at the end of the day, I just want to share my love with you guys. Much love out there. Hope you guys are doing super well. Sam, I did see your email. Thanks for the email. I'm going to hop off. It's 11:44. My camera's getting ready to die. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that episode. Anybody who wants to tune in later on this afternoon, 3:30ish Eastern Standard Time, and see the show for the salon, that'd be awesome for you guys to join that. My guest, I'm meeting her and talking with her for the first time, but I'm really curious to see what she brings to the table as far as what tips she has. So that will be happening on my channel, YouTube, and as well as Facebook and my salon page. It's Innovative Looks. If you guys are curious, I'll put it in the comments real quick. If you guys are available, that'd be dope. If not, I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, cool. So there, put it in the comments. Thank you guys so much. That was episode 40. I love it. And I think when we get to episode 100, I'm gonna do something crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but looking forward to that day. Anyways, you guys make it a great day, and sending out my love to you guys. Bye-bye.